It's time for Boating Safety Tips, presented by Ameren in partnership with Surdyke Yamaha and the Missouri Highway Patrol. Here's Lake TV's Deborah Wolf.
And we're talking with Corporal Mosher of the Missouri Highway Patrol about boat safety. Let's go back to talking about other precautions during the day, because hopefully you're not going to be at night water skiing or pulling a wakeboarder, but there are definitely some things that the driver of the boat and others in the boat need to understand about the safety of towing someone.
Sure, that's just a whole nother aspect that you add on top. It's a whole nother level of fun, but it brings with it another opportunity for someone to get hurt or to not understand. So the laws that specifically address pulling a tuber or a skier or a wakeboard in Missouri are really pretty simple. You need to have the ability to see in front of you and behind you at the same time. So you can do that with a mirror, an approved ski mirror, which is a 3x8 mirror that has to be mounted up above so you have an unobstructed view of the horizon behind you, so that you can kind of look both ways.
Now, tell me too, you were mentioning that there are mirrors that people are using. Are they buying them aftermarket that are not correct to use?
The aftermarket mirrors, most of those are 15-inch mirrors, and they're perfectly legal to use.
Okay.
Where we kind of run into a bump are the manufactured mirrors that are on personal watercraft.
Okay.
So those are not legal ski mirrors. They don't meet the minimum size or the placement requirements. So if you're going to pull someone and you're on a personal watercraft, you've got to have an observer. It's possible to purchase some aftermarket mirrors and mount those in such a way to make personal watercraft legal, but you're going to have to put some effort into it. The spotter's the best way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Having someone with two eyes on that person that you're pulling at all times. Let's talk about now, are there flags that a boat needs to have out if they're pulling a skier or a wakeboarder?
There is. Missouri has a requirement for a ski flag. So the ski flag is supposed to be displayed when your skier's in the water. And when I say skier, I mean tuber, wakeboarder, all of them. So when they've fallen and you're in the process of turning around, that flag goes up. And the flag, the purpose behind that is to let all the other boaters know in the area to look for somebody's head in the water. That we've got a person out there unattached from their boat. So once your skier is up underway, then that flag needs to come down. And the same goes if you're trading skiers or swimming in and out. Anytime you've got someone in the water around your boat, and what that does is create the visual awareness, and it also creates a 150-foot no-wake area around that boat. So there is an enforcement that we have if someone comes too close to you while you have that flag displayed, while your flag is displayed legally.
I know back in the day when water skiing was really the big thing, that I was always taught you hold that ski up as high as you can out of the water as well, to let people know that you're out there, because at the Lake of the Ozarks, it can take a little bit of time for the boat to get back around to the person they're towing.
It really can, and they're trying to get turned back around to their skier. The problem with the tubes is the tube stays with the boat, and then you've got kids out in the water with nothing to hold up. So, we kind of teach them to try to make themselves big in the water, but some of those little guys have a hard time making themselves big.
Absolutely. I know something else that we see a lot of at the Lake of the Ozarks that makes people who are here regularly a little uncomfortable is watching people pull people on the main channel. We have so many miles of shoreline and beautiful coves that people can water ski or wakeboard in. Would you recommend, guard against pulling someone right out in the main channel when there's heavy boat traffic?
I think the key there is what you finished your sentence with, and that's heavy boat traffic. There are times when you're the only person out in the main channel, early in the mornings, some days during the week. Man, the main channel's gorgeous. Go out there and pull your tuber, pull your skier. It kind of gives some of the dock owners a reprieve from those heavily used coves where everybody comes in. But once again, it's the heavy boat traffic. So during a heavy Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon, I wouldn't recommend pulling a tuber anywhere.
Right.
So, maybe if we head up to the 60-mile mark or way up in the glades, but you make those decisions based on the traffic that's around you and how fast and how safely can you turn around and get someone when they fall.
Sure, absolutely. Corporal Mosher, we always appreciate chatting with you and learning more about boat safety on the Lake of the Ozarks.
Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity.
Glad to have you here. We also want to thank our sponsors, Surdyke Yamaha, Ameren, Missouri, the Missouri Highway Patrol, and of course brought to you by Lake TV. Once again, I'm Deborah Wolf. Be sure to stay tuned to Lake TV for all the info you need to have the time of your life at the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks.